welcome to my channel Pilates with Kendra. I'm going to take you through a beginner's workout today, and all you need is a ball, okay? Now this is a Pilates ball. If you haven't got anything like this, maybe one of your kids' little softish that's a little bit squishy, got a bit of give, you can use that. Nothing too rigid because we are going to be using under our lower back. So a good little prop to have at home, have it handy. Okay guys, so we're going to start first off with our ball between our knees. That's just going to anchor our stability, and we're going to focus first on our upper body. So you're going to focus here on finding your alignment. So in my previous video you would have noticed we talked about sort of alignment. So we want to find where our pelvis is in a neutral position. It's not arched, it's not flat, it's neutral. And the ribs are stacked directly above the hips. Shoulders are up, back and down, and into what we call that soft V of the back. Just take a moment to take a breath in, expanding the ribs, relaxing the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, the rib cage just gently draws in and down as you draw up through pelvic floor, in through transverse abs. Nice. And let's go again. This time we're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to press palms back, straight arms back behind you. Take a turn of your head just to the right, then to the left, then inhale, release. So you exhale, squeezing back and down with the shoulder blades, slight lift of your collarbones, and then turn the head right, and left, and release. So keeping the height in the chest and the neck as we press back, but without pushing the rib cage forwards. So we're just getting that mobility through the neck, and just awakening through those shoulders. Just one more time, pressing back, turning the head right and left, and inhale to release. Take an inhalation, the arms are going to raise up to the ceiling and then circle them wide back and down. So we're trying to get that range of motion without wanting to change our spinal alignment. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time here. Nice. Take the arms level with shoulders. We're going to slowly bring the arms inwards as we breathe in. Breathe out to open the arms. So when I'm opening the arms, I'm bringing them just level with my shoulders and breathing in to come in. So they're still on my frontal plane. One more here. And release. Arms come down by your sides. Now wherever you can when you're standing, rather than let your hands draw inwards, if we're not doing anything with the hands, just open them back, thumbs facing out. That encourages your shoulders and your posture to stay open. I want you to shift your weight forwards into your balls of feet and lift your heels up, and then lowering back down smoothly. Now it doesn't matter how high you go. Think about lifting tall through the crown of the head. Be active through your back body as you rise up. So you're squeezing through the calves, the glutes, the hamstrings, the shoulders, and then slowly lowering down. Do another two like this. So inhale to hold, and slowly release. And go again. And releasing back down. Beautiful. Keeping that ball between your knees now. Arms are going to reach out in front of you. I want you to take a seat down into a squat position, nice long back. Now when we're squatting, we want to keep our parallel alignment through our torso and our shins. So it's like you're drawing a line. So if there was a line running up from my knees, it would be level with my torso. And then squeezing through the heels and glutes to rise. So the ball is just going to naturally allow you to track those knees straight forwards, which is what we want. Keeping that long flat back without arching the back or rounding the back. So in your neutral alignment, so you draw the belly in, push through the heels and rise. So sitting down into it, taking a breath in. Exhale to press out of it. So remembering your core as you exhale, we're lifting. Breathing in. This time we're going to hold at the bottom. When you exhale, lift your heels off the floor, lower them down. Lift them off, lower them down. So keeping that core engaged as you lift the heels. So you should be feeling a little bit of warmth around those thighs now. On this next one, we're going to lift the knees and hold. From here, you're going to squat down, squeezing on your ball. Pulse 5, 4, keep that spine long. 3, 2, 1, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push to rise up and ground the heels. Nice work. I'm going to do that all again. So hands down by your sides, palms up, lifting the heels. 5, 4. So on that out breath, each time you engage your core. 2, and 1. This time grounding the heels, arms reach forward. 5 squats. 5, exhale to rise. And 5, we're going to hold here on this one, lifting those heels up and down. 1, 3, excuse the creaky ankles. 1 more, you're going to hold those ankles high, pulse your squat down. 5, 4, 2, and 1, hold. For a count of 5, squeeze the balls, draw the core in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, removing your ball from your knees and take a seat on the ground. Taking the ball now between the knees again, and we're just going to find that nice tall body posture. So remember, like I said, posture is the same if you're side lying, lying on your back, standing. Okay, you want to just keep the ribs and hips are connected. So that way your core will work more effectively and you can utilize your breath and that whole utilization of that cylinder effect. So with a squeeze on your ball, hands are underneath your thighs. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to simply tuck the tailbone under. As you tuck the tailbone under, scoop your belly in. So it's creating this curve of the spine. So the ribs are connected towards the hips, and then just engage that position a little stronger by pulling inwards. And then slowly restack to sit. Take a breath in, sitting tall through the crown of your head. Exhale. Rolling it back. Then breathe in to come back up. Try that again. This time we're going to tuck the tail under, scoop the belly in. See if we can roll back a little further. Just let our hands just slide along the thighs without letting our feet move. See if you can go down slowly, just a little bit more. Take a breath in. Keep that core connected and smoothly curl back up. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's see if we can go a little further this time. So tucking that tail under, creating that beautiful curve in your spine, slowly releasing down. Now if you come all the way down, just take your arms up to the ceiling, overhead, and then as you bring your arms back up to your chest, think about starting to lift your head and create that curve from the upper back this time. So peeling yourself smoothly off the floor. You can grab hold of the legs now if you need, or keep a squeeze on the ball. That's going to encourage you to work those inner thighs and deeper core muscles. Breathe in and breathe out, smoothly curling down. So with your movement, we want it to be as smooth as possible. If you find there's a few little glitches along the way, do not worry. It's about just connecting with those muscles first. So keep a squeeze on the ball here and peel yourself up. So we're using those upper abs to help us come off the floor. Big breath in, and we're just going to try one more time, scooping that belly all the way in, rolling down, and then slowly curling yourself back up. This time you're going to pause here, tuck that tail under, and we take the arms over to the side, then to center, to the other side, and to center. So now if you can maintain that connection, keep going for another 3. If you find you're losing that connection, come up, reset, then come back down. 2, last one. Nice squeeze on that ball to keep those hips steady. Then come on up, all the way to sit. Nice work, then curling yourself all the way down. So I want you to make some space on your mat, and we're going to keep that ball between our knees. Okay, hands down by your side. So it's kind of comfy with the ball between the knees. Just gives us that familiarization that it's there, and to keep that hip stance and engage the pelvis a little bit more. Okay, so hands down by your sides, palms up, nice long spine. So chin in, and you're in your neutral alignment. There's a little space between you and the floor. Take a breath in. You're going to lift your feet from the floor. So we're in a tabletop position, and then you're slowly going to peel your knees in towards your chest, lift your tailbone from the floor, and then slowly roll back down and reset to your tabletop. So take a breath in. Exhale as you're drawing the belly in, drawing the knees towards your chest. Then breathe in to reset. So we just want to feel those lower abdominals starting to activate as we're curling in. And just getting that lumbar mobility, so through that lower back, just getting the pelvis to move and release. From here, we're simply just going to add on a leg extension. Now, if you find on that diagonal is too much for your lower back, your back wants to lift with you, just take your legs higher to the ceiling, or stay with the bent knees and push out a little further. So let's take a breath in. So we're going to reverse that breathing. I want you to inhale into knees to chest. Exhale now, because the demand's getting harder, so we want to engage our core stronger. So inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. So we want to stay at this slow pace. We're not trying to go quicker to use momentum. We're making sure that we can feel the muscles engaging through the movement. So making sure you're really harnessing that energy through your core to support your spine as the legs go to length. Because the longer the levers, the harder it becomes, right? On this next one, guys, we're going to take a little rest. You're going to hold the legs out there just for a count of 5, 4, take them lower if you want more challenge, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees in and take your arms nice and wide. From here, you're going to come into hip roll. So I want you to keep the knees at 90 degrees into your tabletop. Exhale as you come into your twist. Take a breath in. So we feel that side body stretch as we breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the legs back to center using your oblique muscles. And then let your legs go to the other side. So you take a breath in. So hold and breathe in all the way into this twist. Breathe out using your waist muscles, so let your rib cage gently connect with the floor as you're coming back in, so that we're engaging through the core. Inhale to come across. Exhale to engage the core, so belly draws in, shoulders imprint, and then lift the legs. And come again. So again, we don't want to work too quickly on this one. Today we're just working slow, getting that movement through our body. Let's try one more each side. Feels so good, doesn't it? Breathe in to hold. Exhale to center. Then to the other side. Take a moment here, guys. You can either hug your knees in towards your chest. If you need a freedom from that ball, just take it out from between your knees and just roll the hips, the knees around to give those hips a little bit of freedom. Otherwise, ball comes back being between the knees and feet are hip width apart. Hands down by your sides, and we're just set up for some bridge work. So we're going to work a mobility bridge. So keeping the squeeze on your ball, so my knees are squeezing in. Tuck your tail under, so I flatten my back. Now with the squeeze on the ball, we're going to slowly feel the glutes just wrap inwards. There's not much of a squeeze on them, they're just wrapping inwards to keep the pelvis nice and level. And then using your press through your feet, you're going to slowly mobilize through your spine. One vertebra at a time lifts up. And at the top of your position here, you want your ribs, hips, and knees in alignment. Now, quite often we see lots of this, so you'll notice I'm extending through my ribs. to get more height, people think they've got to lift and arch the back. It's not the case. Think about ribs and hips connected here. Then we slowly roll down through that upper back, lower back, then mid-back and pelvis. Sorry, mid-back, lower back, then pelvis. Breathe in. As you breathe out, squeezing on that ball, tracking your knees straight forwards. It's going to iron out through the front of your hips. Now at the top, I want you to add a squeeze on those glutes. We're starting to wake up that back body. And then smoothly rolling down. Now if you find that doing bridges captures your back, try tuck the tail a little more, so you're pulling your tailbone back towards your knees, backs of your knees, and as you're lifting up, just come a little bit shallower, so you're not wanting to thrust up into that lower back, keeping that long lower back, and then rolling slowly down. Okay, now we're going to remove the roll and just do a glute bridge. So you're going to squeeze your butt, lift your hips up, lower your hips down, lift your hips up, lower them down. So my butt is gently kissing the mat. I'm not putting much body weight into my hips as I land. I want to make sure that my butt is doing the work. So squeeze to lift and lower. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2. On this next one, we're going to hold at the top, grip on that ball a little tighter, and squeeze, lower the hips just a little, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7. So press through those heels. Your glutes should be firing up nicely now. Let's keep going. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice work. Get rid of that ball, place it underneath, so you can lift your butt up now that your spine's a bit mobile, and just land your lower back on it. Now, the ball should be roughly half on the sacrum, half on that lower back. Okay, so if you bring your legs into the air, obviously you need your hands for balance, you want to make sure that you're not in an arch back, like this, or you're not in a flat back. You want to be level so that your knees can hold in tabletop and you feel those lower abs working. So that's where we're heading next. I want you to lift your toes slightly into your vision so you can see your toes. You're going to flex your feet for me. Take a breath in. Breathing broad into the ribs. And as you breathe out, engaging that core, pressing out through one heel, out and up to that diagonal. If it's too much, bring the leg higher. Obviously, you've got that whole balance aspect to worry about too. Then breathe in to come back in. Exhale to flex and push away through that other leg. So notice as I'm moving one leg, this leg's not moving at all. That's what I want you to aim for. Breathe in to come back in. Exhale, engage the core, press out smoothly. Breathing in to come back in. At that end range, can you engage the core a little stronger? So the good thing about the ball underneath your back here, guys, is as you engage that core at length, once that leg's out, if you draw the belly in stronger, you can feel that feedback around the pelvis more, hey? Awesome. Slowly coming back in. Now, if you want to advance on from this, you can always stay with single legs like we've just been doing. If you want a little more, I want you to press the shoulders evenly, chin tucked in, take a breath in, and you breathe out, you press away through both heels. Now this is harder, so you may be coming higher for more balance. And then breathe in to come back in. Think about really narrowing through that waistline. You can feel that action as you're moving. Breathe in to come back in. One more time. This one we're going to hold out there just for a count of 3. So exhale and hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome work, guys. Lift your butt from the ball, and then just let your legs just have a little shake out. If you're a little bit active through those hips right now, not quite used to it, then let them just free up. You might even just like to go into a feet together, knees nice and wide position. All right. So we are coming back to that ball. Okay, so you've got two options. If you're a little bit tired bringing the ball between your knees, then I'll give you another option. Okay, so option one with the ball between your knees, you're going to roll over towards me, into a side hover position. So I've got my feet together, just level with my sit bones at the back of my mat, and my elbow aligned as well. Now from here, my top arm can be to the ceiling. Squeezing on the ball, I'm just going to lift hips up. So keeping both knees stacked one on top of the other, lifting the hips up, pushing out of that bottom elbow, turning the chest, so I'm getting the strength here, and you'll feel the bite through the obliques under here. That's what we want. Then release down. Now if you want something a little bit less loaded through the knees, you might like to have the hand in front, and you're lifting the hips up and down. Up and down. Now I'm not actually putting any weight on the ball, it's just guided there for a little bit of support, but as long as this top shoulder stays back. If it's pulling you forward, get rid of it. It's better that you go here or here without the ball. Lifting the hips up, lowering down. Lifting up and down. So actively press down through that forearm so we're getting stronger through that upper back. On the next one, hold at the top. Straighten out that top leg. And then from here, lifting up, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg in, release down. Nice work. Okay, take the ball between your ankles, roll over onto your tummy. Okay, so with the ball between your ankles, your legs are bent at 90 degrees. Rest your head on the backs of your hands and relax your shoulders here. When you take a breath in, you're going to squeeze your ankles together, and as you do that, you naturally get that wrapping on of those glutes. So continue to wrap those glutes inwards and really hug them tight. Draw the belly in so we're not collapsing that pelvis forward. Remember that neutral alignment? So for you in this neutral alignment, it'll be slightly tuck of the tail. So you're engaging the core nice and strong and the ribs are drawing in and down. Exhale to squeeze the butt, lift the thighs up, lower the thighs down. Exhale, breathe into lower. So now I'm getting that active movement through the glutes, the hamstrings, and the lower back. Now if this is catching your lower back, keep focusing on that tuck of the tail and belly in. Failing that, if it's catching the lower back, just do a smaller lift, or you can just gently just roll up a little towel and place it under your hip bones. So we're lifting up and down. Give me another 3. Stay relaxed through your shoulders. 2. On the next one, we're going for a lift and a hold. Squeeze your butt and we pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Grab the ball from your left feet and let the legs go long. Give the hips a little rock side to side to free up any load through that lower back. And then reach the arms out in front. Let the shoulders relax. You're going to press into your palms into the ball. Lift your chest and retract your shoulders. And then slowly rolling forward. So press the tops of your feet flat to the floor. You can have your feet together or hip width apart. Just squeeze the butt, tuck the tail like you were before, and create that pressure through the lower body. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw that belly in, support. And then releasing back. Now the height you come to here is determined by where you want to go. If you just want to do a little lift and release, that is fine. All I'm doing here is I lift my chest, I'm drawing my shoulder blades down. So you'll notice the movement as I move, lifting up the chest, but I pull down and back with my shoulders. So I'm pretty much doing this movement. So as I press down, I draw back with the shoulders, keep the ribs drawn in, squeeze the butt, and release back down. Lifting up and release. So this one you might want to do slower. Just depends on how you are connected with that core at the minute. So we're just getting that extension through the spine and release. Go one more time. And release. Nice. We're going to set ourselves up for that side hover on the other side. So I'll swing around to face you guys. You guys hopefully just need to roll over. Okay, so the ball is between the knees, elbow directly underneath that shoulder. So hand here, here, or hand on the ball. Okay, so lifting up, pushing out of that bottom elbow, lifting the hips nice and high, and then lowering the hips down. Lifting up, lowering down. Good, so making sure you're not dropping your head down, you want to keep it on top of your shoulders. Using actively that press out of the forearm and those whole of those side body muscles. It's really important to work these obliques and in these sideline positions because it's such a functional movement, getting yourself off the floor, carrying your own body weight. On this next one, guys, you're going to lift up, extend that top leg out, and then we're pulsing up. 5, 4, get a little more cinch into that waist. 3, keep drawing the belly in. 2, 1, and release. We're getting rid of the ball, placing it just out of action for a moment. Come on over onto your hands and knees, and let's just take a little bit of an active stretch. So we're going to round up through our back like a cat as you breathe in, and then level out long. Take a breath in, rounding up, and level out. Just do one more. So really let your tailbone tuck under here, and release out. Holding your 4-point position here, we're just going to focus on your shoulders. So I want you just to keep that neck nice and long. You're just going to push away with the floor and round up between your shoulder blades. And as you release, you're going to try and squeeze the shoulder blades inward. So we're just getting that scapular retraction, sliding them out wide, and then drawing them in close. Sliding them out wide, and drawing them in close. So if you want to pause and do a few more of anything today, this is an awesome one to do, but just so you're getting that physical feedback of moving your shoulder blades in close to your rib cage is really important for upper body stability. All right, guys, so on this next one, we're going to hold with the hands in plank. So in a plank position, tuck the toes, hover your knees, and crouch back towards your heels. Now you can do this with your knees down too, if that's you, that's fine. Now we're going to shift our weight forward really quick over our wrists. So you're going to push forwards and hold. Okay, so sit your butt back to your heels. So you've got to stretch in the arms and then power forward and pause. Sit back, power forward. So you can do it on your knees and come forwards. Sitting back, draw the belly in, forward, back, and forward. So we're using our core to slow that movement down. So we push back, come forward quickly and stop abruptly. The beauty of this, we start to feel those thighs too. So give me another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land your knees to the floor. Keeping your hands where they are, we're going to come slowly down to a press up with elbows in tight towards our waist. Exhale to press up. Breathe into lower. Breathe out to lift. Now remember we did those shoulder scapular retractions. I'm going to keep the shoulders back and down as we lower down. We're feeling the connection with the rib cage. Breathing in. Breathing out. Two to come. Long flat back. And sit back. Obviously you can progress that one if you want to. You can be on your toes. It's a long flat back as you lower and press up. Nice work. We're only doing one set of those. I want you just to roll over onto your back, and we're just going to come into a bit of core work. Bringing your legs into tabletop like we did to start. Bring your fingertips towards your temples and your elbows nice and wide. Curl up head and shoulders and draw that belly in. You're going to twist towards me, then to the back, then to the front, and pause. We're going to go back, front, back, front, back, front. Exhale. Lift and turn your shoulders, trying to bring that shoulder towards the hip. Keep going for another 5, 4, 3, feeling those waist muscles start to wake up, 2, 1, give the legs a little hug in, head down. Okay, so coming into single leg stretch, curl up head and shoulders, draw that belly in. You're going to extend one leg out to the diagonal or higher for more support if you wish. Grab hold of your knee with the opposite hand and same hand goes to the ankle. Curl up, draw the belly in and maintain this upper body position. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage the core. Switch legs and switch and switch. So nothing is moving, but changing arm position and legs are long. They keep the same tracking of alignment. Go for another 5, 3, 2, and 1. Head down, nice work. One last exercise we'll do today is your double leg stretch. So curling up head and shoulders, reaching towards your ankles. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, extend arms and legs. Inhale here. Exhale to circle and crunch. Inhale. Exhale. You want to make sure that your lower back is not lifting as the legs and arms extend. If it is, just take your range smaller, so higher up to the ceiling is easier. Remember, the longer the levers, the further away, the harder it becomes. Let's go last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. From here, guys, roll yourself to sit, and there we will finish with rolling like a ball. So bringing your hands onto your shins, I want you to curve your spine like we did originally in that curving position to start. So hands gently on the shins, create a curve of your spine, and you're looking down towards your belly. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to roll back just to your shoulder blades, and bring yourself back up to sit. Breathe in. Breathe out to roll, in to come back up. So you're trying to roll as seamlessly and smoothly as a ball would roll. If you get stuck halfway and need a little boost to come back up, that's okay. Sit for a minute longer. Let's see if we can do another 3. And last one. Keeping that chin tucked in. Nice work. Lengthen out those legs. Give them a little shake out. Press your hands back behind you. Open up your chest. You're going to press into your heels. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press down through the palms. Squeeze your butt and open up your chest. Beautiful. If you need support here, just bend one knee in or both knees in. We're going to focus on really lifting out of your chest, squeezing tightly through your glutes and legs, and not holding your breath. And come on down. Hey, thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a nice place to start. Simple with the ball. You could guide your way through that, stop and add more repetitions if you want to. But just again, make sure that you are engaging your core properly, getting that breath flowing, but most of all, enjoying your movement. Take care, guys. See you later.